Hello, this is Vanhanson of Frostmain EU, and today I'll be giving you a commentary on the Halls of Origination Heroic mode. Okay, so the first boss is the Temple Guardian Anhur. This boss has a variety of major skills, and I'll try to just comment on the ones that really need to be taken care of, and I'll try and explain the others later on in the fight. Okay, so the first one is the Shield of Light. The boss is impervious to damage at this point. Strategies for the tank to jump down into the pit and the party following. You are to gather all the pit vipers. This is another ability of the boss. And you are to pull the adds to the stairs and AoE newt them down. If you're a mage, I used Blast Wave and Dragon Breath to control the adds at some point. It just helps the healers, because obviously you can see our HP is quite dire, and them pit vipers do quite a lot of damage to the tank and whoever has aggro on them. Okay. Second ability is the Searing Light Beam. This is probably the most deadliest skill that the boss does. This skill could bring me down in 3 seconds flat if I did not move as a caster. Roughly around about 30k tick in heroic. So as you can see, we're back at the steps and we're nuking these adds down. What I failed to explain last time we were down in the pit is in front of us you can see these statues. On each statue, on left and right, there is a lever that somebody in the party must pull. Can't be the tank nor the healer. Must be a DPS in the party. They must be pulled for the Shield of Light to be diminished. Okay, so I've explained the skills that casters need to worry about and what the party needs to worry about as in progression. So I'll just quickly explain the AoE damage and the melee. He has 3 skills here. One is Divine Reckoning, which hits everybody within 15 yards. And the second is Reverberating Hymn, which is an AoE skill. Nothing to worry about. You can't manage it, so it's just to be healed through. You cannot control it whatsoever. Okay, Earth Rager Patar. I'll start immediately into what I can see as we go through the video. So first skill I see is the Flame Bolt. He launches flame bolts into the air, damaging everybody within the raid. It's not a massive worry, but it does hurt quite a bit. You can see I try and avoid it, but you just can't, so just don't worry about it. Second one is the Earth Spike. You can see underneath you the ground erupting anyway. You have about 2 seconds to get out of the way, so this shouldn't ever be an issue to any party. You can see the earth erupting underneath you. Get out of the way. It's roughly around about 3 to 5 yards. As you can see, around about 40% in, the boss crumbles and releases all these adds. Now, this was a pug group, and because we were doing quite well, they thought that CC no longer mattered, so we just decided to nuke these bosses, and it actually worked. So CC isn't really really a must here. It is doable without any CC. Okay, so he's more or less down now. There's no real skills to be worried about. Again, same as the last boss, there's a couple of melee skills, like he does Smash, Raging Smash. These are just skills that he does to the tank and to the melee around him. And also in this point of the fight, he does another skill called Quicksand. It does do more or less the same damage as the Flame Bolt, and it also reduces your speed by 50%. and that's a nice staff. I won that. That is actually an awesome staff. Okay, so the Vault of Lights. In here you have 4 mini bosses, one of each element. First being water. Well, depending on what side you go, we go water first. Also, this trash that we're doing right now is super easy. Don't ever worry about ninja pulling. A couple of abilities from all bosses. This one, don't stand in the water. Second is the bubble that you can see right now. Nuke those down. Try and do them as fast as possible. That's pretty much it for the water boss. Okay, for the fire boss, the only skills that I was able to recognise was first the pulsating AoE underneath the boss, which actually killed the melee. Second, the fire that spits out of the ground, as you just saw them. And third is when he dies, or comes close to death, he spawns ads like that. Okay, so the Earth boss. There's only one skill that I can see that can be avoided here, and that's that big Earth smash that you saw there. This skill does actually do quite a lot of damage if it gets you. You can actually stand it as you just saw there, but it will get you at some point, as you will be able to see now. For the wind boss, all I can really comment on this one is the wind tornado that you can see right there. Can be quite a pest to the casters and especially the healer. As you can see, it's chasing me, and if it gets you, it will toss you a mile. Okay, so Anfrat. Yeah, not a hard boss in all fair. I'd probably say it was more of a heal race more than anything. We had a top healer, so it wasn't really an issue. Okay, so the first skill I want to talk about is the Alpha Beams, which is a channeled skill which he does now. There, it inflicts quite a bit of damage, but nothing deadly. This boss is more of an AoE boss anyway. Like he has an ability called Omega Stance, which deals damage over 8 seconds and dazes everybody. Also reduces movement speed by 50%. He does a skill called Nemesis Strike, which is only to be worried about by the melee, or I'd say just by the tank, to be honest. And also he has a debuff where he can decrease the maximum health, and this can be quite a problem to the tank. Okay, to the Trash of Raj, if that's not his name, then my bad. Yeah, we had a CC on one of the Revenants, and we nuked the central ad first. Bear in mind, when you kill one of these Revenants, every time it releases smaller ones. I think that's kind of like twice. So the big one, then 2 smaller ones, and then 2 smaller ones after that. There is nothing that you have to do special here. It is actually quite tough if you have all 3. That's why it's a good idea to CC one of them. We actually 4-man this, so it's not actually hard at all. Okay, so Raj himself. The tactics I'm going to explain is not in this video. I am going to show you here a fail video of attempting this fight. We kind of thought that basically you want to avoid everything. You want to avoid all of AoE, you want to avoid all damage done. Yeah, we are still taking massive damage at this point. He hops over and he whacks the Warlock. He did that about 3 times actually. And then I actually kind of recognised something that I didn't see before. In one of our attempts, I decided I had a proc of a Power Blast, and I decided to chuck it on him. I critted him for 57k, so I thought, what the fuck? So I nipped onto the Tinternet, like you do, and it actually said that during his AoE phase that he's doing right now in the center, he takes double damage. Wow. So I'm going to cut now to the real attempt, and if you follow this tactic you will see how much we absolutely owned him. Okay, so the real attempt. First things first, you want to kind of keep yourself grouped over towards the left somewhere. Obviously you can't all be together, as the abilities of the boss will split you up sometimes, like the fire tornadoes and the fire on the ground. The sun orb must be interrupted at all costs. It must be interrupted because it will just do too much damage. It will just do too much damage to the red. Now, I've just popped a time warp there, and there's a real good explanation why. During this phase, during that AoE phase that he does right there, he takes double damage, and when he's got no energy, it is just perfection. So basically, you want to time your time warp or your bloodlust or whatever, your heroism, when he's got 0 energy, and when he goes into his AoE phase. As you can see, our HP is nowhere near what it was on the last attempt, and like I said, the reason is simply because the tactic is just wicked. Okay, so Tesh. Now, I'm just going to quickly say right now, we got really tired of trying this one. We just gave it was 5 o'clock in the morning, we were all giving up, we were tired. So we decided to try a Zerg tactic. In all fairness, actually it was quite good. If we were all awake and a little bit more of aware, this would have worked. Tank is to grab all the adds from the portals while the party zergs the boss down. The actual real tactic is tank picks up all adds, DPS nukes portals down ASAP, and nuke the boss down ASAP. As you can see, the tank lost control. I wanted to push for a better tactic. Group in a corner, let the adds come to us, nuke the boss. It would have worked great. And there we go. That was our attempt at Satesh. Came down to 700k, I think it was actually. But we called it a night. Good luck.